All right, ready?
Yeah, I've been ready for days, weeks.
Months, years, decades.
Longer than you.
Yes, exactly. All right, Dad.
Good morning. Good morning, handsome. Welcome to Football Sunday, the first weekend of football.
Nope, because this video is going out the future.
Welcome to Black T-shirt Day for me.
All right, so I have not shared with my father what we're going to talk about yet today, which is always exciting. Makes it a bit of a crapshoot, don't you think, Dad?
Yes, definitely a crapshoot.
Are you here?
What were you yeah, I had tuned you out.
You. It's the first 10 seconds and you tuned me out already?
Well, I don't want to say you lost me and I hadn't told my father what we're going to do, but you lost me there. Okay, let's start over.
All right, so anyway, we launched Deal School a couple weeks ago. YourAutoAdvocate.com/Deal School. My dad and I, it's 50 different videos and quizzes, and if you haven't checked it out, check it out, link down below. One of the things we didn't talk about in Deal School, but a lot of people ask us about all the time in the comments, is the effect that a trade-in has on how you should approach negotiating a car deal. And so, Dad, I kind of wanted to throw it out there. Let's do a video. The title of today's video will be something like, "You Caught It."
I just caught it, buddy.
You're like the Larry Fitzgerald of your auto advocate.
I got great hands.
And you're a good guy.
I am.
But let's talk about where the trade-in
But I can't, just so you know, I can't beat press coverage.
No,
not anymore.
I'm aware of that. Your 40-yard time is a little bit, too slow for that.
Ooh, buddy.
But let's talk about that. Let's break it out. Where does the trade-in come into the negotiation process? And talk, it's a good reminder. Talk to us about how you should approach negotiating, out the door price, all that fun stuff. I will shut up now.
Okay, great.
You again.
Jesus. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know why you took it like that. If it were me, just me, if it were me, I would cut that last you out. Okay? I didn't deserve that one. Jeez. Okay, when I tuned you out in the first 10 seconds of the intro, maybe that one I did deserve. I admit it. But the last one, I didn't mean it in a bad way. I was just trying to gather my thoughts.
How do you say I'm sorry in French?
I don't know, but je t'aime means I love you.
Je t'aime.
Well, thank you, and you too. So anyway, realistically, if you have a trade-in, you need to think of buying the car and selling your trade-in as two separate transactions, because they are. Okay. Now, the reason you might want to trade it in is if you live in a state where you get a tax credit for the trade-in allowance of your vehicle. So if you live in a state where the sales tax is 6%, you get a $10,000 trade-in allowance, you get a $600 tax credit against your sales tax. But it is a separate transaction. So the first thing you want to do is you want to establish how much you are going to be paying for the new car, okay, including all fees. Everybody hears me talk about it all the time. It's the out the door number or the on the road number. Let's say, folks, I'm paying by cash or I'm writing a check. How much do I have to write that check for? I need a breakdown of all the fees. So first you agree to a discount on the vehicle. Then you ask them to apply whatever manufacturer consumer rebates there are that can be applied after the discount. Okay?
After the dealer discount.
After the dealer discount. Then you ask them, what are all the fees? And you get a breakdown of all the fees. And some of the fees are negotiable. And the way you can tell if they're negotiable, if the fee is taxable, it's negotiable. If the fee is not taxable, it is not negotiable, because the non-taxable fees are the state fees or the city or county fees, and those are not taxed. So find out what the fees are, find out which ones are taxed, and those are the ones that you can then negotiate on. Finally agree to an out-the-door number, and then say, okay, I have a vehicle I need to sell you. I'd love to trade it in. If the trade-in amount, the actual cash value that you give me for my car, is acceptable to me. And here's the part as a customer that you have to realize. The dealership has the same exact goal when it comes to buying your car as you had when it came to buying their car. And that is, you want to buy their car as cheaply as you possibly can. And they want to buy your car as cheaply as they possibly can. Which merely means that as long as both parties can be flexible, you as the buyer and they as the buyer can be somewhat flexible, you can come up with an amount for your trade-in that's going to work. But it's a separate transaction. So you first negotiate on the brand new car, then you negotiate on the trade-in. Now, if it were me, and only if it were me, I would do what you just did recently.
Yeah.
Which is take your car to CarMax, see what CarMax is willing to pay for it. Contact Carvana, see what they're willing to pay for it. Contact Vroom, see what they're willing to pay for it. If you have large used car dealer groups in your market area, contact them to see what they might pay for it. Have a written offer from those sources, one of those sources, and then share that best offer with the dealership after, they lowball you on your trade-in and say, listen, I understand you want to buy my car as cheaply as you can, but $7,500 is an insult. I've got $10,000 from Carvana. How close to the $10,000 can you get? And I don't know, within 100 or two might be close enough to sway me. But if you're going to come back and say, we're going to be thousands apart, well, then the separate part of that transaction, that pre-owned car that you could use for your lot, isn't going to be available to you. And that's how I would approach it.
And in a lot of states, you do have the sales tax benefit. So
absolutely,
in a lot of instances, it will be advantageous for you to trade in your vehicle at a lesser amount than you could get selling it private party, Carvana, CarMax, etc., because of the sales tax benefit.
Well, if you could sell the car private party for $10,500, but somebody else is giving you, the dealership where you want to trade it in is giving you 10, and the sales tax is 6%. Well, effectively, you're getting $10,600 for it because of that $600 in sales tax savings. So you'd actually be $100 ahead of the private party sale.
And can you just, I'm sure everyone watching understands, but maybe in 20, 30 seconds, explain how that works, like where that sales tax benefit is coming from?
Well, in most states, not all states, but in most states, the state figures that you've already paid the sales tax on the vehicle that you're trading in. So you should get a credit for whatever that amount is of that trade-in. So it's the state saying, hey, if your car's worth 10, well, we're going to subtract that from the ultimate selling price and only tax the difference.
Exactly.
That's in most states. I believe in California they don't do that.
Yeah.
And in some other states they don't do that. But in most states you do get a tax credit. So you only pay the sales tax on the agreed upon selling price less the trade amount. Whatever that difference is, it is where you would pay the sales tax. So you would have that sales tax savings for having traded in your car at the dealership.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. And as you ran through that, it reminded me just how powerful getting into the nitty gritty can be with you, because obviously you just have so much experience. And so if you're interested in more content where we get into the nitty gritty, where we dive into, the order of operations, as you might want to think about it, go back to math class. I know school just started in a lot of places. So, but if you're into that, leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe, all that stuff. It helps us understand what you want to see more of. And obviously we have Deal School, yourautoadvocate.com/deal-school, which we're super proud of and everything, but we don't get into every minute detail. And so if you want to see content on it, let us know down below.
Well, I believe the minutia and the minute detail is in the postgraduate work, folks. Okay, so we'll let you know when you can get a master's. Right now, all you've gotten is your BA or BS, and well, it's definitely a BS degree. But there could be a master's course coming up. You never know. Zach always has surprises for me, and that could be one of them, knowing him.
Hey, you handled today's surprise really well, so thank you, Dad. Really appreciate your time.
Well, my pleasure, son. It's always fun seeing you again. And nice T-shirt.
I think I got this at a Goodwill right before I went to a concert, and I just found it in one of my my bags here, and it's wrinkled. So there you go.
Well, it's perfect then.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too. See you, honey.